Hello, beloved. Welcome to my diary. I'm Tatami. Here we do whatever I want to, and today I'm gonna pull a card for me, so I figured I'd pull a card for you, my friend. My kids just went to their room to wind down before bed, and they do not sound like they are winding down, but your girl's gonna wind down. Goodness. Oh. I went ahead and pulled two cards from my Black History deck by the History Channel, y'all. This is one of those decks that I absolutely recommend, mostly because it's so affordable. Most Black owned decks are between $45 and $150. That's not a joke. So to get a deck that is between about $10 to $15, that's way more in people's budgets. A lot of us can justify a $15 purchase, a $12 purchase. We can't all justify a $50 purchase every time we want to. So that's that. Before I start, I want to let you know I did go ahead and make a prayer book for the ancestors for my fellow Black people who are looking to reconnect with the ancestors. I know it can be hard to find your own words. I know it can be hard when you don't have your own booklet or, method to go with to start you off, to jump off from somewhere. So that's what this is for. It is free. The PDF, the EPUB file, free. You can also go to Kindle, get it, Amazon.com, get it. This is the name, Sankofa Ancestor Shrine, of my other YouTube channel, the one I've been doing for a lot longer than this one. If you want to go support us as, us conjure folk come together and reclaim and build, I would love it. I would love it if you came, gave us some views, gave us a thumbs up, gave us comments. That channel is kind of my volunteer work for the community. So please, please go ahead, get your free book, color it in, use any page you want for anything. Everything in this is public domain. I'm pretty sure. I went through it several times. As far as my memory serves me, it is all Creative Commons or created by me, Pixabay.com, Wikipedia Commons, Congress, Library of Congress type pictures, okay? So you use it if you have a circle, or if you do things by yourself, or you want to make a curriculum for your homeschool, I don't know. Whatever people use, please use it. Please feel free. This was my gift to you from the Sankofa Ancestor Shrine. Hopefully many more to come. At any rate, these are the cards. First, mine, honey. Let's see. Ooh. Huh. When you get an ancestor who's an OG, okay, Sojourner Truth, right? There's ancestors you get who sometimes you're like, who are you again exactly? And what are you here to teach me? And then there's ancestors who you're like, you know what I mean? It's like there's Harriet Tubman, there's Frederick Douglass, there's Sojourner Truth. There's a few of them. So Sojourner was someone who fought for women's rights, but she also understood that there seemed to be a difference between women's rights and Black women's rights. She also fought for prison reform, which is so ahead of her time. That is symbolically something I need to keep an eye on. But wow, y'all. Huh. She also fought for the end of slavery, workers' rights. She was highly, highly spiritual, very much in tune with spirit, with the ancestors, and she was Christian, I do believe. Now, when you look at Sojourner, one of her overarching themes is the end of something just heavy, horrible, and the beginning of something new, the fight for something new. Even understanding that you may not reap all those benefits totally personally. So understanding that you're right at the cusp of something, you're right at the rebirth of something. And, it could be a really long haul fight, but it's worth the fight, and it's worth the energy you're putting into it. That's what I read when I get this card, is that your girl is putting a lot of effort into things. I make this is free PDF. I also do, I don't have a copy of it in here with me. I make a spiritual planner every year that it's also free. I just sent a PayPal, like, I paid somebody, I paid another Black woman almost $200 for artwork to put into the 2021 spiritual planner, which I'm going to be like rehauling, remaking the whole thing myself, hopefully to have available by October 31st is my absolute goal. I really want that on Man of the Crossroads Day. I really want it to be available by that day. Ancestors, help me take the wheel. I don't know, however that shit goes. But the long story short of it is I'm fighting for this, and I do this stuff for free because I know it's necessary, and the ancestors continuously reward me for the volunteer work I put into the community. I've never, since I started, I have not been back like to those states of extreme poverty. I've worried because I'm used to worrying about those things, but I have not come close to what I once was at. And I really understand that to be the fact that I put this work in, because I understand I'm building something that's going to be out here way, way past my lifetime. I understand that someday, weird as it sounds, there's gonna be some little girl on the internet who's like, y'all heard about this, the Tommy person? She was trying back in like 2020, she was trying to build a church for the Black community. Someone out there, they're gonna realize that you need to pour me out a little gin, a little, herbal gin, and your girl will show up and I'll help you out. Okay, that's me as an ancestor in 100 years, but I'm building towards that. That's what I want. That's my greatest dream, is for somebody out there to take the reins of what I'm doing and take it to that level that I can't do, because we're just, as humanity, not there yet. So what an inspiration to get that card from somebody else who fought for something she was likely not going to see with her own eyes. Mother Sojourner, I salute you. Yours. Ooh, we got Percy Julian. Y'all, okay, if I remember correctly now, he was a chemist who basically, if I'm reading my own notes right, he wanted to make cortisone available to the vast public, the general public. Okay? And now, if you remember those cortisone cream advertisements, cortisone was a pain reliever. Our brother Julian here was he was a chemist who was trying to make these plant-based medicines, pain relievers, that were being discovered available to the average person. He found it so just wild that people, the average human, could not get pain relief from something he understood to be so simple, to be so easily, readily made available for the average person. Why was that? Was it just racism? Was it classism? It was likely both. But he went ahead, and in the face of all this discouragement for doing what he did, he absolutely helped make a pain reliever slightly cheaper so that it was available to the average person. So that's why, not that's why, but that was one of the earliest times where, you know how you can get Tylenol, but you can also get whatever its chemical name is, you know what I mean? You can get acetaminophen, but there's a brand name for that. That's what he was doing, was making sure there was that cheaper version available that still obviously worked. It still had all those elements, but it worked in a way that made it so that this was available to the average person. So Percy is an excellent reminder that you have valid opinions, that sometimes your logic, your ancestors, whoever, are really speaking to you. And they're speaking to you about something that could not just benefit yourself, but benefit many others. However, you will have dissenters. You'll have the people who are going to make hella money off of scamming people. You'll have the people who don't think other people are worth whatever efforts you're trying to put in. You have all these other people coming at you for all these reasons this shouldn't happen. But it should happen, right? It's worth it. It's logical. It's common sense. It's not even something that can be argued. Humanity needs this, and that should be the end of the conversation. So I want you to feel inspired in those things that you're fighting towards, because there is an ultimate reason for you to feel driven towards your goals, your inspirations, those things that you're fighting towards. And you shouldn't feel that because there are a couple reasons why people wouldn't want you to do them, that means you shouldn't do them, right? Just because there are reasons against what you want doesn't mean those reasons are totally valid, that they're moral, ethical, reasonable for what the rest of the world needs. It means that there are reasons against what you want, and you have the intuition, and you can trust your intuition that you are correct, especially the more you build up on it. I don't know. I get really excited when I see Percy, because it just reminds me of how frustrating it must have been to know what you were doing at this time and have people questioning you based on just some bullshit, based on what they thought when they looked at you. Just dumb. But you had to treat those people like they were smart. Times are different, but he can still absolutely inspire us to follow our intuition, our knowledge, our gut about what the world needs, and make the world a better place. I hope this message resonated with you, and we will have another one another time. Beloved, may your ancestors and spirit guides be with you at every crossroads, and I will see you next time.